what do you guys do at night to be able to scan and stay up to date on what the movers are? Do you guys do anything at all at night? Well, I'm going to show you guys what I do as a nightly routine for me to be able to stay up to date. I mostly do it just because it makes my watch list process in the morning a lot faster. So stay tuned and we'll talk about that on Market Open Trading. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, make sure that you guys subscribe, where I do market recaps and I give you guys information on different tips and tricks on how to stay profitable in the market. Now let's talk about what I do for my nightly routine. So let me bring over the internet basically. So what I go to is I go to the stockmarketwatch.com. I do have TD Ameritrade scanners as well, but I think this is, to me, typically it's a little bit faster because there's really not that many movers during after hours. So this basically has all of them anyways, and I've just been using it and I'm just used to using it after hours anyways. So you go to stockmarketwatch.com and then I have an open page for Yahoo Finance. So I'm able to look up the float really quickly. So let's see here. I know that they have like trade ideas and all that sort of stuff out there, but I don't really need it. I don't scan intraday that much. I have my watch list set out basically way ahead of time, so there's really no point in me spending extra $100 a month for something I don't even really use. So now let's go ahead and look through some of the movers. It's Thursday today, so we have one more day left in the market. And I typically just go through the gainers. I'm looking for anything that's over $10 that has over 50,000 shares of volume. After hours, I'll go ahead and look at it, see if there's any actual volume, make sure there's a catalyst for a reason for it to move, and then I'll go ahead and write them down. I'll do out the levels, and then I'll go ahead and put them on the watch list and then leave them there for tomorrow morning. So then I can just add on to it in the morning, and the process will just be a lot faster. So now let's see here. Let's go down this list. So FMSA is too little. 15,000 shares on ZUO. I'm not even going to look at it. Lulu. So Lulu's first one on the list. Let me move this out of the way. Alright, so I'm going to put up the 6-month chart and 50-day and 200-day. So the blue line is the 50-day moving average. Red is 200-day moving average. That's DLTR, which I traded earlier today. And let's go ahead and draw out the levels on Lulu. So it looks like we're gapping up. Let's see here. We're gapping up somewhere around 112. Yeah, so we're above all-time highs now at this point. So the 52-week high was 107.68. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that out there. And yeah, so this is going to be a pretty simple one, because there's really not much that can be really done. So I typically like to write them down. Tomorrow will be June 1st. History of making moves, float, and clean daily chart. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I just wrote out, oh, there we go. Whoop. Okay, I wrote out the date. I wrote an H, an F, and a CD. This stands for history of making moves. Then I put out the float, and then I write out CD for clean daily chart. So what I'm going to do is, if it has history of making moves, to me, any history of making moves, if it can move more than $2 to $3 within the day, I'll go ahead and put in a check. If it only moves like $1, $1.50 or so, I'll put a check and then I'll cross it. So it's like a half check. I'll go ahead and write down the float. I'll do the same thing with clean daily chart. So if it's got a clean daily chart and it's above the 52-week high, I'll go ahead and put a check. If it's kind of clean, I'll put a check X. If there's a large window, I'll put a LW, small window, SW, and if it's kind of in between, I'll just put a W for window. But either way, the levels will already be marked out on the chart, so I just know where they are, just as a reference. So I'm going to go ahead and write history of making moves for Lulu. This is what, a 82 to 88. So that's like a $6 candle. This is like a $4 candle. This is a $5 candle. So Lulu definitely has history of making moves. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a check. Lulu. Clean daily chart, since it is above the 52-week high. It is a clean daily. And I'm going to put Lulu here, Lululemon, go over to statistics. This is Yahoo Finance, by the way. You guys can look up the float real quick on Yahoo Finance completely for free. So I'll click on statistics, scroll down to float, and we're looking at about 105 million in float. Okay, so definitely very important. Now let's go to the next one. Well, let me put long. Also, next to the ticker, what I will do is I will put an L for long and an S for short, because during the day, if I'm looking at 5, 6, 7 different stocks and something starts popping off, instead of me having to scroll back see if it gapped up or down, really depending if a lot of things are moving, I'll actually look over and just see it's an L, so automatically it's going to be a long. Obviously, it seems kind of silly, but I've done that mistakes more than I care to admit. If I've gone short on things I'm really supposed to be going long, I've gone long on things I'm supposed to be going short. So it really does help me out in the long run. All right, so next thing down the line is, let's see here. We got, no, that's a lot of volume, but it's not really within my wheelhouse. Let me see. Let me look at TLL. TLL. There's really no volume behind that. Let's see here. What do we got next? KTOV, too cheap. TVTY, nope, not enough volume. SPB, Spectrum Brands. Let's see what we got here. So SPB on the short side. Nope, not enough volume. Not enough movement on that. FULT, 41,000 shares. FULT. Let's see if there's a catalyst on FULT. Let's see here. Fulton Financial merged to now fraud, potential fraud of large customer. Cuts outlook on potential fraud of large customer. To me at this moment, this isn't really enough for me to really put down on the list. I mean, if we're talking about fraud on something like this company could tank. But as you can see here on the daily, it's kind of messy. It doesn't really move that much. Only moves like 50, 75 cents in a day. Not really much, but if the news on this, if there's some sort of fraud on it, this thing could tank tomorrow. So I'm going to keep it on, I'm not going to put it on the list, but I'm just going to keep an eye out. If I do see this thing tomorrow, I'll know that that's what that is about. So let's see if there's anything left on the list. Ulta 235. That puppy is expensive. Let's see here. Ulta on the downside. Okay, so reported negative earnings. Let me go ahead and remove these lines. So we're gapping down to, let's see here, somewhere around 234. Well, do you guys see what the issue is? There is a 50-day moving average here on Ulta, so 234.06. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that out. And then the next level of support is 221.24, which is the 200-day moving average. 221.24. So properties, put this in white. So this is definitely okay. This is interesting because I need for it to gap down below. I need the 50-day moving average, and I need for it to actually hold tomorrow below the 50-day moving average, and then I'll have a window to about 221. So there is a window on Ulta, but it really all depends on where we're gonna open up tomorrow. So that's gonna be crucial. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the list since it is a big catalyst. So Ulta and Lulu. I'm going to go ahead and write this down. This will be a short. We'll have Ulta on here. Ulta. There we go. History of making moves. This thing can make massive moves. Clean daily chart. I don't know. It's a little iffy. I'm actually gonna leave that blank. Let's go ahead and look up the float for Ulta. I got a feeling it's a low float. And the float is 57 mil, so it is a low float. So 57 million shares available to be traded. And let's see here, Ulta SMTC. Let's just look at that real quick. Let's see if there's anything on here. SMTC. Nope, nothing. All right, so those are basically the only two movers I have for after hours today. I will basically do that every single night, and just to make it easier on me tomorrow and the next morning. So because I'll actually start building my watch list right around 9 a.m. Because typically news come out. They can come out at 8. They start coming out around 8:30, then 9. Well, they'll actually start coming out at 8, 8:30, 9, and then usually the last set of waves of news will come out around 9. And sometimes you have some that are a little bit later, but it's not really as common. They usually come out in 30-minute blocks. So around 9, I'll actually start making my watch list, and so I have 30 minutes, which is plenty of time. I just like to do it and have it done, and then just kind of watch the scanners to see if anything else will pop up. Because if it does, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the list and draw the levels on it really quickly and kind of gauge on where I should put it, if it's a top priority or if it's not. But yeah, that's basically what I do on a nightly routine. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. I'm actually going to be releasing a course here sometime soon. I'm kind of working out the logistics of it, building out the website, and all this information will actually be available for you guys on the website. If I'm probably looking to come out with it here within the next couple of weeks or so. I'm finishing up recording all of that. It should be over 6 hours of content, and it's basically everything that I know about stock trading from A to Z, and I will actually continually keep adding to it. So if you guys are already part of the course, then you guys will get that benefit, and also will come with one-on-one mentoring. So definitely look forward to that. If you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure that you guys subscribe. Also, go ahead and click the link in the Facebook, actually with our Facebook group. We're actually close to 10,000 people now. So, and definitely I can vouch for them. Our moderators and our admin work very, very hard to keep all the spam out of the room. I don't know if any of you guys are part of any Facebook groups, but a lot of them can typically be filled up with a lot of crap. And our guys work pretty hard to keep all the spam out and keep all the good information in. With that being said, I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.